How about now? Every time my computer does an update, it seems to do this. Still no sound. I can see sound now. Good now, good now. All right. Sorry, folks. All right. So as I was saying, some very sad news yesterday, obviously, in America. But unfortunately, as traders, we have to get back into work and focus on the charts. So thoughts are with everyone affected by recent events. Very sad. Let's just hope some calm heads prevail here. Getting into the charts. All right. We had this sort of balanced range down here, right, from Friday last week, really created it. We were inside this pretty much until yesterday. Yesterday, we peaked up outside on the PPI. God, that's awful drawing. PPI report and failed, but we failed to take out those all-time highs. And we left this PPI high in. All right, we've left this intact. And we took out the PPI low. So the liquidity that's left is currently short sellers here in here. We do have a divergence with the SPY, which took out this all-time high but left a PPI high. CPI print came in pretty much in line. You are seeing some products, if you dive into it, there is some deflationary products in there. You know, things like, I don't know, peanut butter and flour and some other things have come down. But, you know, other goods such as denim and clothes and things like this, everyday items have gone up in price. So still a bit of a problem, but what it's pointing to is probably a 0.50 basis point cut, I would say. So what's the aim of target today? Well, overall, we're bullish. All right. It's important to remember that. It's easy to get carried away, but it's important to remember overall, we are bullish. This is the swing low that created the swing high. This low has been defended. We have not taken out this level yet. All right. So all the time we're holding that level. These are internal lows. They are also higher lows. This did not take out the low. This is all internal action. What's the job? Well, from here to here, this is a pullback. We expect a breakout and then a pullback in continuation. We do not technically expect to break down until we fail underneath this level here, because this low created this high. That's when we go into a bearish market at the moment. And once we break above this level, that level will become here. All right, and that would be the bearish move. So today, potentially looking for an upside push, although it's important to know we have an inside bar. All right, we're right inside of yesterday's range, so we're going to have to go down to lower time frame to see some of this. All right, so just focus on this with me right now. So my computer did a reset yesterday or last night without me knowing, so I've lost a load of key levels. So I had to draw them all on. So if the charts change slightly, that's why. All right, this here is a PPI print. I just want to check that. Yes, that's the PPI print. That'll be initial target if we can get up into there, if bulls are going to take control. From what I'm seeing here at the moment, yesterday was absolutely a walk down. If we look at this price action and the chart one above, make sure you can see that. All right, other than this news print, once we started making lower highs and lower lows, remember we took this short here yesterday, and after stream with the team in Discord, we walked this all the way down. Right, this is very controlled, isn't it? Very controlled. How many stops got popped on that walk down? I'm telling you, none. None there, 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 which is why when we got down here into this key level on right on Discord, we talked about, right, all covers now because end of day squeeze is available because they haven't popped stops. And then we get that end of day squeeze, and we're doing the same thing. Asia sideways, London slight trend up, and then squeezing out some of this here. Right, so you're seeing that squeeze up at the moment, and it's starting to take place, and there are clear targets above. All right, so now we have this Newswick high. If we pop that, there are probably some stops here into 992s. And then these white lines up here. So the edge of supply, 15s. And then really you're looking for 44s and then 75s. And then let me just make sure I've got this right. Yeah, basically 50s. And sorry, I'm just checking the daily to make sure this is very accurate because it's important. And then up here for all-time highs. All right, so market's in overall bullish trend to get up into these. And even this dip this morning held the pullback. All right, if we think about structure, if you just zoom out a bit, this low creates this high, this low creates this high. This is nothing more than what? A pullback into this range. We do expect the market to make a new high now. All right, that's the expectation now in this market, is to go and drive out and make a new high based on structure. All right, so that's what we're looking for this morning. The hardest thing is how can we get involved, because the range set by the CPI print is pretty big, isn't it? It's pretty big. It's like 140 or 150 points. I didn't actually check it, but 78 or 80s down to 37. Yeah, it's a big old range, and that was all done in 1 minute. All right, that was done in 1 minute, and then we've been walking back up ever since, pretty much. Well, it's actually down, up, down, and now walking back up. So we'll have to see how we set structure into this open. What are the levels I'm interested in? Well, definitely Globex. If we're going to base above Globex, this, right? You have to be careful. Why? Because we're buying high right now in the range. If we think about yesterday's range, this is one of the things which is tricky, which they've done very well at this morning. All right. CPI failed in the golden pocket. All right. And buyers came back in where? At value. Right. It was actually an overextension of value, and I'll show you in a minute. But they held this, and we're back to golden pocket. So if we create more up here, we can trade upside. If they want to drift down and wash them out again, that's fine. One of the things we're going to have to be careful of is that news candle. Do they take one side first before coming back for the other? It's very possible. All right, it's very possible. We have had strong selling at the high. It's worth noting there. It is worth noting. Moving up to lower time frames. Probably rambling a bit this morning. I need to get through this. So you can see the same thing here. Here is the walk down yesterday. Walk, 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 walk. End of day squeeze for covering. This was a big level, and we've started bidding back up of these levels now. All right, so do we take this out and then wash? It's possible. All right, that move is possible. Do we build liquidity out here? Use this stop to get through value and come all the way up here and then base above value? That would be very bullish. Basing above value would be bullish. Basing above all-time highs would be bullish. But if we're going to get long, ideally, some form of structure, squeeze up, take all these out, we're risk off, and then if it firms up, we can add back on. What you don't want to be doing is adding up here and getting dunked on, because we've left stops down here. It's important to remember that Newsweek candle. We've left those stops down there at the low. But right now, we are protecting it. So it's just ways of getting involved. You can see even this, if you want to think about it as an imbalance, right? If we traded thin in here, which we will have traded very, very thin in here, and then recovery in here, right? All the time, I'd say we're holding above VWAP. We have potential to be bullish. If we start letting go of this thin structure, I guarantee you that's thin in there, then we're going to move down, all right? So we can see what we get at the open. In fact, let me just draw one of these on before we move to a 5-minute. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so there's the shelf. Like I said, we're thin in here. So under 39 down to 11. You'd want to see the market protect that if you're bullish. All right, underneath that, bearish. All right, let's get through some of the MAG and ES. Like I said, we're probably going for that Newsweek high at the moment. ES doing the same thing. So you can see exactly the same thing in ES. Walked down yesterday. Actually, even cleaner today, holding that pivot. Very nice, taking out that low. That's a very nice play. That makes me even more bullish in the market right now, seeing ES do that. We are squeezing up here. It's a shame I'm not actually in this. Unfortunately, setting up while I'm talking. Let's have a look at the VIX, which should be dying. There we go, dying down on the VIX, coming back down to previous day lows. All right, down here, if we break previous day lows and start washing, more bullish momentum for the market. Oh, come on, market. I can't believe you're doing this without me. Apple, it's a problem with the morning briefing. Apple starting to go sideways. All right, big sell-off, big 2-day sell-off, starting to go sideways. If it starts reclaiming 28s, then have a look back up towards these 32s, I think, in Apple. If we start failing, then we can put a bigger wash in. But so far looks good. Amazon, same kind of thing. All right, pump up. Yesterday, dump back down. Here's your range. All the time they hold that, have the ability to put a higher low in and come and what? Back test. We're looking for back tests of these areas. Same as Apple. Goog. Looks a bit rolly, that. You want to be careful. That looks a bit dangerous. There's your key pivot. It might need to do more of a fib retracement here, but we'll see. If it's holding above 38, it looks good. Otherwise, it might need a deeper retracement there on the Goog. That looks a little bit frothy. Meta, did we sweep? We did. Still in a range, big old range in Meta. Starting to see possible backside of this range. So watching if they hold this down here, or if you get a bigger breakdown to next level. But still holding bullish range, especially in here. We look okay for now. Key levels here at Microsoft at 500. All right, here's your big sell. Here's the back test. Sold off, held its bid, coming back. Does it grind back up? Anywhere through here, it's going to look for the highs. But this is a big level here, 500 under over, especially with the options. Nvidia on the pump, isn't it? So failed breakdown of the lows. Like we said, the trigger was the reclaim of 74s right here. That's your trigger. 74s or 72s? I can't remember. Why can I not remember this? 72s. Reclaim of 72s is the trigger. So we should go all the way back up to the highs now. All right, because this is a failed breakdown of the lows. So based on theory, all right, if this is a Wyckoff spring, basically, we should come back up and revisit these highs. News candle about to be taken out here in the market while I'm having to go through all this. Tesla looks okay, holding range, giant cut, possible handle. It's a very deep handle, but possibly more to come unless we get breakdowns underneath previous day lows. So overall, we look pretty good here. Like I said, we're coming for that news candle. It's a shame. I would have liked to have been in that, but hey. Got to show you guys what I'm looking at to start the day first. Let's move into lower time frame. We have 90 seconds left here. All right, be careful. If you're in this long, please be taking some of your money off as we move into this, and then you can hold runners for previous day value area high, and then these are the liquidity pools above where I think we've probably got stops. Okay, where I think we've probably got stops. Let's just get through some hellos here. Morning, everyone. Morning, morning. Morning, Muhan, Ken, Coop, Jesse, Toby, Caden, Donna Smith, Peter, Brandon, Chris, Raphael, Leron, NRS, Silem, Info Trader, Willie Williams, Tim V, Mr. Slim, Owen J, Garber, Mike, DK, John Dennis, Michael T, InfoRisk, Bill Burke, Thumper, Troy, Dojon, TP coming up here for you guys. Charles, Miguel, DJ Noah, Glenn, Firewater, Sergio, ERF, Dawson Shores, Mike Light, Louis, Omalabi, Ejecto, Myron, John W. Good morning, everyone. Okay, liquidity now been popped here on the NQ. ES still waiting to get up towards that high. Please take your partials here if you are long in this. Like I said, I think this long from this point here was really nice. That's a really nice move. Partials here, and if we go on a giant squeeze this morning, then you know where we're going. All right, very simple. Market opening up here in 15 seconds. Do not be surprised if it shakes around a little bit, folks. All right, given how we acted this morning, we've now taken the highs. Well, the highs, we've now taken the news candle highs. Market now open. So let's see if they put on a giant ripper here to start the day. It would not surprise me in the slightest if we do a shake and bake like we did at them in the morning. So ES pulling back a bit. Whole of the mag all green. We look good. This is in a bit of a squeeze up at the moment. The question is, how far can they get? Can they get up to that old news candle high, which is what they're going to want to do? Yesterday's high, that is. When I'm saying the old news candles high, yesterday's high, right up in that red box. That's where they'll want to go. But remember, we've already taken CPI out. The question is, can we take PPI out? Nice, Peter, you were in it. Yeah, very nice. So watching this here to see if they push and hold. One thing we haven't talked about today is liquidity on the book. Let's have a quick look. Most of it into this 24K, big number there, 24K. Yeah, still not taken out. CPI high at 62s. Mag looked good. Google's giving some back a little bit. I think that was the one that we said looked a little bit rolly, so that's not surprising. Meta just gone red now as well. Here we go. Spider's about to take out the news candle high. ES is not actually joining it, so you've got a little bit of divergence there. QQQ stuck at PDH right now. All right, NQ not there yet. PDH much higher up here. In fact, it means I can move that up there. So I know that's PPI high up there. All right, let this settle down a second and see what we can get. ES starting to get going now. Are we going to squeeze? Can we get a squeeze here? Here we go. Are you going to go ES? So spiders are through it. ES not through it yet. Spiders are now through it. Some selling here into 24s. So we're going to price in a half basis point cut. That's the question. Has it got any juice this morning? Yes, almost taken it. Like I said, NQ's taken it already. Spiders have already taken it. ES hasn't. So the ETF's already taken that level, which is previous day high as well. I think there's potential for a squeeze up here, especially if ES can get going. So for that 2400, big level there, refresh selling there. Still think that it's got some juice here to push. And then once it's done pushing, you'll probably see a decent pullback in this market. Because most of the longs, remember, value longs was off value area low down here from yesterday, which they bid up off. So once that news candle flushed right through it, came all the way back, came back down to it, and then they found bids to walk up. So we're trading right now in what? In yesterday's balanced range, which is right here. All right, so excess above, excess below. Can we hold bids here for this? This would be very bullish if we hold bids there for that push above previous day value. No, very early in the session still, folks. Yeah, thanks, Mike Light. Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. Okay, they're testing this value area, seeing if they can squeeze through it right now. There's your opening range quite small so far on the day. While they faff around and make that decision. Oh, come on, trading deep. Let's not do that. Looks to me like ES wants to take out previous day high. Remember, we've already done it on the spiders. QQQ into it. Here's your push through value. Now, can they extend this small opening range above this 24,000? We know it's a big, big psychological level. It's probably a big level on the options chain, I would imagine, as well. Back to value. And back to the Newsweek high. So divergence here, very rarely you see this where ES can't take out a level that SPY does, but it's what we're seeing this morning. That news candle high got taken on the spiders, has still not been taken on ES. Google rolling over here, and this is the one that we said looked a bit rolly and a bit weaker. Can it find a bid and protect itself? Back to that news candle high now. We're waiting to see if we can get involved here. Tight range, not an ideal place to buy it, but like I said, if they build above, if they build some form of liquidity here, or if they form a bear trap, I'm interested. If we go on a giant slide and we start producing lower highs and lower lows, then I know we've got this to aim for later in the day. So far we're failing above range. I want to see if they can hold range. I want to see if ES wants to join the party. The contract already changed. It depends whether you want to roll over, but yes, it has changed. You can roll over. I've not rolled over yet. I will wait till next week until there's more volume on the new contract. I think Ninja offered it this morning and I said no. Probably not till Tuesday next week. So ES into its low vol. So no acceptance so far above value. Remember, NQ's delivered its main job, which was to take out the news candle. ES has still not done that. It's left a double top up there, which is gross. Which might mean we're into the same circumstance as we were in the last few days, where we just keep leaving levels and divergence continues to play out, which wouldn't surprise me with the contract rollovers. Because this market has been absolutely disgusting to trade recently. So you've had to be really patient. All right, so here's the deeper drive. So NQ took out the highs. If it wants to start failing and coming all the way back down here, it can. ES did not take out the highs. It left a double top up there. But, its friend Mr. Spy did take out the highs. Back to Globex here. This is the level that we said they probably need to hold this kind of level on the hourly to remain very, very bullish. So do they hold dips here? So far the answer is yes. ES reclaiming volume. Can it push through it? What a messy chart. What a messy chart. Okay, Globex holding. They will need to reclaim all of this level for me to be interested, right? If they're going to make me interested, I'm going to need to see this. So far, nothing this morning. I did have a small pre-market trade down here. So I'm very light on the day already. If they fail this area, they leave buyers trapped here, and we start producing one of these, then we can come back for here. But I want to be careful in here because this is yesterday's range. All volume from yesterday is in here. All volume from yesterday is in here. So this is a tough trader in there. It's range rotation. Okay, back down to what, yeah, opens on a giant squeeze. Like I said, I'm expecting through 8s to get to 10s. Why 10s? Because that was the SPAC price. So still holding some. Lighter in volume now, obviously. And seeing if it wants to go on a giant squeeze. But I don't care. This thing can go to 0 now. I've locked that much money in it on the trade that it doesn't matter. I've long from 198s. All right, back down towards VWAP on the NQ. What are we seeing here? Microsoft's gone red, Meta's gone red, Google half a percent down. So that looked weaker today. This feels like yesterday. I'm looking at the mag. 3 of them are red, 4 of them are green. ES didn't take the high, NQ did. This feels just like yesterday, doesn't it? Just, hello, how much divergence can we do in a session? That's what it feels like right now. If this wants to come all the way back for those lows, it can. I'm not going to short yet because it's making it very hard with ES how it's operating. This literally feels like yesterday morning. I remember saying all these same things yesterday. All these same things. So maybe we come back down towards value at this point. And ES might come back down towards its VWAP because it's got to play catch up here. Rollover, isn't it fun? Nope. Historically, rollover next week's been my worst week to trade, so I will size down, especially given that we're going to have a rate cut as well. Okay, back to previous day point of control. ES not down to VWAP yet. Bearish momentum came in here after we swept that news candle high. So we can take that out now. ES did not do that move yet, remember, folks. ES did not do that move yet. Bidding off previous day point of control. ES back to the light volume area. We'll have to squeeze through here if it's going to take out that Newsweek high. It's gross that it left that Newsweek high, man. That is really, really quite disgusting on ES. All right, we're holding previous day point control. That red line on your chart, that's value from yesterday. It's the most traded level from yesterday. If they hold value from yesterday, they might want to go and retest that previous day value area high. If they let go of that, there is a potential wash back down to previous day value area low. We are basically in no man's land right now, with liquidity left both sides on ES and left one side on NQ. And to make it worse, NQ took CPI high, left PPI high. ES took PPI high, left CPI high, and CPI low. I mean, I don't think I can think of a bigger divergence on news than that. Is there a day gap on Nvidia? Maybe they will chase that one. I don't know. I've not looked. Don't really care what Nvidia is doing right now. I know it's reclaimed 74s. That's all that really matters to me. All the time it's above that. 72, sorry. All right, starting to see a roll in the market. Microsoft heavy, Meta starting to sell, Google starting to sell, Amazon starting to sell. This looks rolly. Yeah, still holding on. If they're going to come for these news candle lows, oof. I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Market. I don't know what your games are today at the moment. Not very interested right now, that's for sure. In theory, if we want to rotate to value, we can. And if we go through that, we should go for news candle low. In theory. Did we do it yesterday? No, we didn't. We had divergence. And we've had divergence today. So in theory, that's possible. All right, after taking these highs, this news candle high, if they've trapped balls above here, they had the ability to build to go and take out the PPI high, which they left yesterday. They didn't. They failed. They're now under Asia. They can, in theory, reject point of control, come back for value. If they let go of value, they can come back for this. If they bid off this, where they bid off yesterday, go back to POC, back to value. Why? This is all the volume from yesterday. This is a horrible area to be trading in today. A horrible, horrible area. Basically, your midpoint of yesterday's value. And remember, ES left the high just to make it even harder for you to think about doing anything. ES left the high. Meta gone back red to green. Here's point of control. So if they reject this, they might want to go back down to value area low. If they start reclaiming POC and VWAP, then they're probably going to go back to value area high. This is what I mean. We're in a balanced range here. You've got to be very careful. There's a rejection. Now they will need a breakdown here to go and test that previous day value area low. They will need a new lower low here. If they don't get it, shorts will get trapped playing this play. This is what they'll be looking for. Shorts will be looking for previous day point of control back down to value area low. They'll be basically trading from mid-range to the edge of yesterday's range is what they're going to trade for. And they'll be looking for runners beyond that, back down to news candle low. It's possible, it gives it. It is possible. ES right now is finding a bid above VWAP. It's not come and tested its VWAP yet. SPY is under its VWAP. QQQ is under its VWAP. Market is split. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Mag 7 are red. 3 of them are green. Split market again. Not in unison. Opening range now set, folks. 85-point opening range. Let's see if they expand this or they just trap at this low. Make a decision after this, maybe. I really don't want to trade in yesterday's value. I really, 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 really don't want to trade in here, if possible. I think this is where everyone gets chopped up. The plays they're looking at, for anyone joining, shorts will be looking for a rejection of point control back down to value. Then they can trap under here if they want to go back up, or if they get runners, they take out news candle low. That's what shorts are looking for at the moment. If we reclaim this, they'll be looking for a rotation back to value area high. If we bid off that, to the PPI high. That's why it's a battleground right here. You can see it. You can see it in the tape. ES just found a bid off VWAP. This is why it's so dangerous. ES finding a bid off VWAP. So VWAP was right here. This is the divergence. Right, it's trying to find a bid off VWAP, and ES did not take this out. So it's got a reason to come higher on ES, and NQ has got a reason to go lower. They're not in alignment, and here goes ES. This is what I mean. This is just no man's land. This is not a setup, not anything I'd be interested in right now. Have to wait for it to really show itself. I was interested if it could have built some bullish structure above here, definitely. If it could have built something like this, I was interested. We haven't. So if we come back and build that, I'm still interested in that same play. Here goes ES then. Back towards those highs. It's in an FU mentality this morning, I think. Remember, we're into rollover, so action can be, how should we put it? Wonky. Action can be wonky. So a market going green other than Google and Microsoft, which might play catch up. Remember, ES has got a reason to go higher. NQ's got a reason to go lower right now. Which one's going to win? High time frame says we go higher, technically. ES still can't get through those highs. The chop will continue. All right, if we revisit up here in base, I will get long. ES looks like it wants to go for those highs. I need NQ to play catch up. Let's have a look at this liquidity. Still at that 400. All right. Perking my interest now. ES about to take out that news candle high. Like I said, that was the divergence. Perking my interest here. VIX did find a bid in front of previous day low at that demand block we talked about. I want to see us come all the way back up here and base. That's what I want to see. So far, we're starting to take control of the VWAP and the flow zones. If we flip this imbalance, basically a close over 67, and then we look good. It's the same imbalance we talked about this morning. Remember this here? This was the level we went over pre-market. This is the thin volume. Bulls will need to protect this. I'm not trading in here. I want to see us base above it. If we can do that, we're bullish. We're very bullish at that point. All right, we drew it out for you this morning. With the volume profile, you could even just probably use a 5-minute bar, I would imagine. Let's have a look. Yes, you could have. There's your 5-minute bar. All right, same thing. Any bid above here, then it can get going. It's got to get above, and it's got to base above for me. Right, ES did just take out that high, did it, by a tick? Let me just triple check that. Yes, it did. It took it by 2 ticks. All right, so why do you need to be careful now? Well, if ES does want to turn around now, then they both have Newsweek low to aim for lower, because now they've both taken out the highs. Then we're just in that imbalance range right now. We need to make its decision here. Bias technically higher time frame is higher, like I keep saying. Higher time frame can keep moving higher. This market can stay solvent, can stay driving, can stay pushing. How long do I wait for rollover? It all depends on the volume, Willow. So I'll check the volume between the two contracts. Whichever one has more volume is the contract I want to trade on. So I'm just seeing some of this now. Well, yeah, quite right, Zar. If you were long yesterday, if you were waiting for that squeeze trigger yesterday, that last 30 minutes was brilliant. I mean, we talked about it in Discord yesterday. Let's find it before the close when I told everyone, cover, now's your cover point. There we go. Right here. So this was half an hour before the close. Please cover your shorts. Leave alone at last 30 minutes. There's been no retracement. They can squeeze out chasers, as in short chasers. All right, this long looks like it's starting to perk and set up now. I want to see this really get going here aggressively. I don't want to faff in this imbalance range. I want to just start squeezing through it and basing above. ES fantastic. Spiders above previous day highs. I want to see ES come and take out 65s and then see if it can base above there. Would that be all-time highs? Let me just check that. Yes, it will. So I want to see ES make a new all-time high and then actually push through. NQ just still stuck in its imbalance. It can set up here, but it's just not really showing that drive up to previous day value area high to base above at the moment. It's just sat midpoint of its range, midpoint of the opening range. In no man's land still until we can get up here. We need to build liquidity up here. If it fails to do that, buyers won't get the play that they want. And what you need to be careful of is one of these. All right, so we want to buy if we show strength. I'm not buying before that. I want to buy if we show strength right now. Open 840s. Let's go. I want to see this get to 10. 10 is the SPAC level. I will take a partial and open at 10 and then wait for a mega squeeze. If we can get there. Don't be buying open now, for God's sake. Don't be one of these people on Reddit or whatever that's buying it. I bought for good reason over a month ago. Okay, new all-time highs on the spiders. Come on, NQ, then. Let's get a feeler on here. If you're going to go, let's get a feeler on. So watching this now into the New York Open, can we squeeze through that? Squeeze through previous day value area high. Take out some of these news candle levels. Looking good here. I will add on positions if we start firming up over previous day value area high. Get through that New York Open. It's got to get through New York Open here for me to think about anything else. Tapping into it at the moment. Big level here for NQ. I'm not going to add into this unless we can firm up over previous day value area high. Basically in here. So this is what we're starting to see. Needs to firm up in here, something like this, for me to look for these TPs. All right. If we don't do that, then I'll just cut it out here where I've just taken that position. Don't mind eating a break even if I have to. It's only a small position. Yes, looking good. About to take a BE if it comes back under. What's this wick here? Let's move this so it's structurally 5750s. New York Open, tap, 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 tap. YM breaking out. Yeah, whole market wants to move up other than NQ, which is lagging behind. YM looks good. RTY looks good. ES, all new all-time highs. NQ, relative weakness, probably just on the mag. What's Oracle doing? Yeah, that's not helping. That is not helping. Major profit taken there. Like I said, it was at 4 standard deviations or 3.5. It was highly likely to have a day like this. Went over that yesterday. If Oracle can start finding a bid, Nvidia and AMD will start finding a bid, then we'll help the market. TMCI and all those, TSM. Nice. Come on, open. New highs here. Let's go. Oh, imagine being Mr. Swing Short in IU right now. Like I said yesterday, oh, I'm up 30 cents. Yeah, mate. I'm up 350%. Oh, NQ, why are you a dud? Why are you a dud? Here's New York Open. They're still trying to build a flag for a push here. And it's just a bit of a dud at the moment. Here we go. Here's the flag. Get through it. Come on. Get through that New York Open and start going, please. Come on. Really not that hard. We've got lots of levels above to go and take out to catch up. Remember, so ES is new all-time highs. NQ. Really, we want to take this out. This is a big one. News candle high from yesterday. Lots of swing shorts would be here. So here and here, once we take these out, we'll get that new all-time high. Here it comes. It's coming, folks. I'd love to add to this if we can just firm up. I just want to be careful with this way we're grinding and building the liquidity. But if we can firm up, it would be good. Here's previous day value area high. Want to firm up above this. Yes, so good. So good. Come on. We're going to go for that inverted head and shoulders. We want to firm up here. I want to be careful because the way it's built, this drive up is a bit nasty. Still got that 2,400. 2,400. Can't say it, can I, today? 24,000. There we go. 24,000. We want to take out 24,000 to initiate a further squeeze. Still just that original position because we've not built that liquidity up here yet. And we've not swept anyone on this way up. All right, so think about this structure. It's not that great. Might need to come and sweep some of these out before coming up to it. We know there's supply here this morning. It's where buyers got stuck. But once we build liquidity here, these buyers are going to be let out. And the short sellers versus this will be squeezed out. Obviously, ES has relative strength right now. So it's due a pullback, which is not going to help us timing-wise. Right, look at that. Right, that's your all-time high. There's the push. If it comes back and holds this, there's a new long here on the ES. All right, so we want ES to hold above those all-time highs to help us out on NQ so that we can catch up and base. And take out this seller at 24,000. Is there anyone above? Why is there no liquidity above that yet? That's a bit worrying. Oh, here we go. 150s. Okay, 24, 150. That'd be a decent extension. What's the tough thing, right? The tough thing is that Bollinger Band. It's at the all-time high. Because we've spent so long inside without having a day breaking out to the downside, all the upside, we're very tight in the bowls and they're contracting. Come on, NQ. Go, 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 go. You're faffing. Watching ES if it pulls back to the old high or not. Need some liquidity to be built out here on NQ. Let's go. 9's coming up here on open. 10s are coming. I'm telling you, that SPAC price, it's what it wants. I will be selling into 10s because anyone who was a SPAC holder who was locked into that, who can't get out, they will sell into 10s. They will need to get some of their money out. And then anything above that is complete bonus land. If it wants to go GME, do Lally. If Reddit want to do that, great. But I'm going to trade the technicals and nothing more than. Here we go. 9-10s now. 9-13s now open on a giant squeeze. Oh, this is going to be my trade of the year. Can we get to 10s? Just so, what would that be? 400%? 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 400% trade that would be. On commons, not on options, on commons. And make sure I've got limit orders set out there for it as well, because I might miss it if I'm trading here today. Give me a second. Limit. Price. Let's go 9.95. Oh, it's flipping flying, mate. 9.22s now. Sure I've got that right. Yep. Currently up 355%. All right. NQ just lagging behind here. Nvidia not helping right now. It's coming back down to test PDC. Needs to find a bid here on Nvidia. And like I said, I think this will be due to the sell-off on Oracle. It will be following it because it got a bid off it. This is a problem. When is it into its gap? Now. Trading View, come on, man. So annoying. 305s, 293s. Okay. Still building liquidity here. We're trying to build that right shoulder. This is starting to look a bit better now. All right, we're holding VWAP. VWAP's caught up. Flow zones are caught up. This is the kind of thing you want to see built. And then this now. All right, you need to see this now. It cannot faff now. Now it's built this liquidity. There's an argument that it might do a sweep in this, but it's got to get above here now. It's built everything you need to see now. This nice pullback, that's what you want to see rather than this straight grind up. This is better. This New York Open and previous day value area high is key. If we can bid over previous day value area high, then we should get going. And we've got that seller, 167 lot at 24K. We're starting to add liquidity above that now. Nvidia just found a bid off PDC as well, which is good. It's encouraging. Here's value. Come on, you got to get through value. We need a spike here. Here we go. Please trade technically. Go now. 324K. Let's go. Let's stop. Let's stop the nonsense. ES new all-time high. Nvidia finding a bid. Go, 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 go. Come on, NQ. Don't be a pain in the butt. Just trade nice, please, for once. Give us a nice technical trade here. You've done everything you need to do. You do not need to come back again. What a dog piece of stock that this has been to trade the last few weeks. Look at ES. So to give you a breakdown, ES right now is way up here in equivalent, right? ES has done this, all right? We're trying to play catch up. Here we go. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Microsoft about to go red to green, which will help. Go, 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 go. Come on. Here we go, folks. Here we go, folks. Here we go, folks. Let's turn these jets on. Watching this seller at 24,000. I'm going to zoom into this a bit because I want to see if he refreshes. Through the 90s. Come on. You've taken him out. Don't pull back off that. want to get through 90s up to this 24K. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for doing the right thing, NQ, finally. All right, here we go. All right, we're into squeeze territory. Beautiful. I just want you to. I wasn't talking bad about you, NQ. You know I love you, NQ. You know I love you. You're my favorite. You're my favorite. I never talk bad about you. I never talk bad about you, NQ. All right, beautiful. You can see we just wrecked that seller at the 24. So we're still looking for upside, okay? We're still looking for upside. Higher time frame is bullish. This held this imbalance. We went over this pre-market right here. This was the imbalance. I didn't want to trade in here. I wanted to see if we could base above, and now base above here for extensions, okay? Beautiful. So make sure you can take partials into this 24,000. Now we're looking for bear traps and extensions. It's as simple as that. ES is absolutely gunning. It is gunning, folks. Got a switch account here. Lovely. Lovely. ES is flying, man. That thing is flying. Right, basing over 24. This is what we want to see. We want any base over previous day value, we'll take it. Any base over previous day value is healthy. What you got to be careful of is ES is absolutely ripping faces right now, and it's due a pullback. All right, it is due a pullback. So you might see a little sharper pullback in NQ. But we look good. Whole market's going green other than Google, which is playing catch up now. Love to see Nvidia trade through VWAP. So we want to get through this level next, sort of 14s and then 44s and then 69s, folks. And this will be all-time high up here. And then we can think about the extension. Even think about this. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah, most of you should be either still in this or locked in some good profits this morning, all right? We just had to wait. It's the same thing every day at the moment. You've got to wait. We don't love buying when we're doing this, so I had a feeler on. But once we saw this build out, all right, there's your VWAP, there's your flow zones, there's your bull flag, there's the targets it wants to go to. ES was up here. We knew this was the move. This was what we waited for. We're overvalued. Beautiful. It would have been, I'll be honest, it would have been even nicer if it had done it here, which it might still do. All right, if we do this here, really nice. What you want to be careful of is one of these, especially with ES. So just to give you an example, ES super extended. All right, this can afford a big pullback now. If this gives a big pullback, NQ might pull back with it because we have relative weakness. So just be aware of that. So good to take some money off the table as we lock in the 24,000s and see if we hold value. And if we don't hold value, then, you know, it wants to drift down here, so be it. And this is still looking good to me. The only danger right now, if the market just goes into a major sell, is that we left those news candle lows, didn't we? I'm pretty sure. Yes, we did down here. Right, that's the only danger. We're going to ignore that until heavy, heavy momentum comes in. All right. Let's get an anchor on here. Still holding New York. Yeah, don't blame me, Peter. Don't blame me. Yeah, I sold a lot into that push. That's holding that New York view up. Did they sweep? Nope. It's a bit naughty. It's a bit naughty. No acceptance over previous day value so far. Have to be aware of that because we're in a balance range. That's twice now. We've pushed up and not had acceptance over previous day value. Trying to remind myself, be willing to trade both sides of this action, even though ES is very strong. I need to be willing to trade both sides if we stay in a balance range. With a slight bullish edge, I'd say with a slight bullish edge, higher time frame, but I need to be willing to trade both sides of this if we're in a balance range. So far we are. Remember, yesterday's balance range is here. No, don't do that. Is here. Today's balance range right now will be here. Right, no acceptance above, and we've had no acceptance below this. We haven't even come down to it. Still bullish overall. Goal hit early today. Nice, Coop. Good work. Yeah, quite right, Zar. Much easier on ES today. Charles with a W. Love it, love it, love it. I'd almost like one more little tug down to trap bears here, but it doesn't look like we're going to get it at the moment. I'd almost like a second leg, something under this, and then a very fast recovery would give me confidence. If we don't recover and we start letting go of this, remember this is still that balance range we talked about. If we get underneath, they can still come and retest these. It's very, very possible, especially in the weaker asset. It's a shame NQs being such a beat to trade. Here's your second leg. All right, let's see if they trap. Let's get profile on here now that we've built for a little bit. '50s, yeah. All right, starting to see a bit of that pullback on ES. It will probably want to hold this 72. Big volume node there. If it fails that, it probably comes right back down to 68 on ES. NVIDIA back under PDC now. So weakness in NVIDIA. I'm guessing Oracle's continue to sell here. If you're wondering why I care about these, it's because this is what drove that big gap up yesterday. It was this earnings. Well, the earnings was here. Got to come all the way back down here to fill the gap. I don't think we do that. I think we find a bid soon. Okay. Do they do the old bear trap down and around here and recover? Or is that overextension on ES been too much too soon? Where's my VIX gone? VIX finding a bid off demand here. Back to 15s. All right. NQ will need to save itself here or hereabouts. Otherwise, we're going to go into a deeper rotation into a possible sell. This is decision time. So this is that volume node on ES. 72. If it fails 72, I think it will trade down to 68. So if it keeps holding 72, it will bull flag and have another attempt at the high. And NQ basically needs to hold 45, same level from earlier. 45s is the level it will pretty much need to hold. Just starting to see. It's the same low volume from this candle and this candle. Minus 45 here. See, you're starting to see that bear trap now. This is what we wanted. And if we start reclaiming, we can think about a new opportunity. So ES held that exact level, those 72s, that high volume node, and it's going to attempt to go back to highs. Can NQ follow here? You will need to see follow through on ES. You do not want to see failed follow through on ES. That would be disastrous for NQ. But if we're going to bear trap underneath these lows, remember we hadn't swept all day. We talked about this. How many times do we talk about this? Where we build this, we sweep internal lows. There's your second leg. If we start recovering here, we're looking for this. You will not want to see ES have failed follow through at the attempt of the high. How do I see a volume node? Well, I put the volume profile on it and I can see whether it's spiking out or not. And I can quite clearly see on ES there's a big spike at 72. What price would I get back in on NQ? Probably once we start recovering back up here. If I'm thinking bullish, it's got to prove itself. We need to make higher highs and higher lows back up here. I want to buy strength. I don't want to buy like no man's land or, you know, be buying dips which are dangerous on a sell candle. I want to buy when we're basing and building strength. Otherwise, I'm not interested because we're in a range. And I also have got to be careful that we're in a range. We need acceptance over value. The book looks kind of a bit shitty here. A lot of action was traded at 75s. You can see on the book map, we got a bit thicker at 75s. Probably left too many buyers up there, it looks like to me. Probably a bit of a delta issue up there at 75. So buyers will need to reclaim 75s, otherwise they're in problems. Still got liquidity, so they've just re-added on at 24k again as well. So I'd say 75s are a big issue for buyers at the moment. I'd say there's a delta issue there for buyers at the moment. Just patiently waiting here at the moment for that next play. If we start letting go, like I said, I'm not going to be completely adverse to the short, but it's going to have to really prove itself, especially with how ES has operated. So back into that key level, about 45s that we talked about, this level here. Looks like head and shoulders, Raf saying. Dangerous to be playing that, I'd say. I can see what you're talking about, but this level here is massive. This is your over-under on the day. Under here, this is possible. Trap under here, reclaim this. This is possible. This, no man's land for me. Not touching this area here, like I said. Same on the way up. Didn't want to touch that area. Yes, still holding. Yes, looks really good. Looks really good. Can we show some strength here in the market? remember, folks. We're just inside. Right now, we're inside of all price action. We're inside of previous day. We are inside of opening range. We are inside of initial balance. We are in a rotational day. It's why I keep telling myself in my head, don't be overly pushy of one side, because if we're in rotation, we can move back down. Overall, I do think there's a bullish edge, especially given what ES is doing. NQ going to be the harder asset to long today for sure. Again, just as a reminder, ES, fantastic. All right, it's building liquidity all the way up here right now. Can afford a deep pullback if it wants. It can afford to do one of these if it wants on ES, no problem, because this is a straight slingshot squeeze. Remember this play here, boom, 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 boom. This is where we are on NQ. This is what we're looking for. ES has already done it. So we have to be aware of that. ES taking out all-time highs again. NQ failing all-time highs again. That's been the story for a little while now. So for the last few weeks, since August 13th. So a month, really. Particular settings, yeah, I changed my settings. So here are my settings. All right, so I have row size 1000. You can leave this, whether it's 69 or 70, doesn't matter, same. That's it, that's all I changed. This row size needs to be 1000. So you can see it in detail. Otherwise, you're not going to see enough detail. You need to see the detail of like where the low volume is. Right, like here, 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 here. If you don't have 1000 plus, you're not going to see that. I have a video on it though. You can, it's for free on YouTube. Just go and check it out. It teaches you everything you need to know. ES still looks fantastic. It's still holding and building now. It needs to break out though on ES. If it doesn't break out soon, it's going to leave a lot of buyers trapped up here. So ES needs to break out of this bull flag. NQ still protecting that level that we talked about into 45. It's still protecting it. Remember, if we start to go here and get back above value, I think there's a good trade to be had. ES having another attempt here. So it's going to try and trade out of its bull flag here on ES. If NQ starts to follow, we might get going. All right, so 45 was the level. We've traded down into 46s, so pretty good so far. All the time we're holding this, we're protecting a low volume. All right, which dates back to pre-market. It dates back to in here. All right, 1, 2, can we do one of these and get going? That's what I'm asking the market at the moment. I can't believe like how bad the range is on NQ. 94 points on NQ. What's the range on ES since the open? About 30, which should equate to what, like 250 points on NQ we'd normally want or something. All right, we can do a giveaway today if you want. Smash that like button. We got up to 100 likes. We're doing Apex giveaway. Don't forget, there's a sale on Apex right now. 80% off sale. Up to 20 accounts, use code FCT. Links are in the description underneath. They will always get you the best code. Hey, Contorted, welcome back. Sorry to hear that about the kiddos. What trading view volume profile indicator do I recommend? Guys, everything is in the video for free on my YouTube. All right, all the questions you're asking, all the hacks that you want, I'm going to find it now and post it. Everything that you're asking is in the video. Just go and watch the video. It will teach you everything you need to know. I'm going to put it up here and post it in chat. Okay, that video there, I'll pin it as well. Everything there, everything you're asking, it's all there, folks. So it teaches you how to read it, how to use it, how to draw it, best settings, hacks that you can use. Once you're done with that, you could probably watch the TPO one, will help you understand single prints and stuff like that. All right, ES still basing out at the top, still no expansion higher. We're just stuck here on NQ. So I'm still waiting to see if we can get going. We're still in that imbalance of no man's land. The danger is what? That we have those lows we can go for if we really want to. We're still in yesterday's value, remember. Right, so if we just zoom out here. Right, yesterday, this is what happened yesterday. Failed auction above here, failed auction below here, chop in here. All right, this is how you identify this. So technically in a range, you would fade this and buy this, technically. My thought process is that if we base above this, I want to buy this for expansion through these stops. All right, if we get below this and we start rejecting, then we're going to come for news and previous day low. That's asking a lot of this market right now because we're so bullish on the other markets. So I have a slight bullish edge, but I'm trying not to be too biased given that we're in balance. Yeah, contorted, massive difference, right? Massive difference. But it will help you. You'll stay in the game longer and you'll learn to sit in the trades longer as well. Good morning. Yeah, I made one this morning. I'm just doing ASL. My wife's very good at ASL. So that is coffee. That is more. More coffee. Where will I go short? That's a good question. I think I'd need to see ES fail back below PDH, and I'd probably need to see us let go of point of control. I'm not convinced. You could argue that there's a short down tier. I don't want to take that. I'd need to see us get under here, definitely under here. All right. If there's failures under PDC, Globex under here for this, I'm interested. Could they build out this and do it? They could, RAF. It's just I don't really want that short. Given the strength of the other indexes, given what I think we're trying to do, higher time frame, given that the amount of liquidity above here, I'm slightly more biased to the bull side, but I don't want to trade in no man's land. So it's really hard. Like, is there a counter trend short there? Very possibly. We've now set initial balance. We're an hour into the day and we're right in the midpoint. Unfortunately, NQ's a really horrible trader at the moment, folks. There's nothing I can do about that. All right, there's nothing I can do about that. We need to get a room. Why? Because she asked if I wanted more coffee. I don't know. Unless you know the difference between this and this in ASL. All right. ES having another attempt. NQ still stuck in this little range here. Is that 24 still up there? He is still up there. Market wants to move up. I'm telling you, it wants to move up. It's just struggling to find a reason. ORCL starting to find or try and find a bid at previous day low, and that might help us. If ORCL can get going and Nvidia can get going, that will help this market for sure. All right, here's the push back into the New York Open. All right, can we reclaim New York Open previous day value area high and start to trigger a squeeze? Can ES create a new all-time high above 6580? Where's SPX trading at? 570s. All right. I think we're going here, folks. I think it wants to try and go. it's one of those days where it's like I'm buying higher to go higher, but based on if we can hold price, right? I don't really want the dips at the moment. They feel a little bit too dangerous for me. If we can base above and hold, then I'll take dips. How long have we been together? We met in 2011. A long time. All right, here we go. Here's value. ES back to all-time highs, tapping on IB. We're going to try and set a trigger squeeze here on NQ. You can feel it's trying to do it. Looks good. So remember, this is what we were looking for. Here's the pullback. Here's the curl. If we start basing above, this is where we're going, folks. If we can start basing above, this is where we're going. Especially if ES starts breaking out again. It's held that volume. It looks good. And I would really like to see us now really trade up to previous day highs, really. I want to take out that PPI high on NQ, which will mean a trade up to 44. That's what I'd like to see this market do. So 20,044 and then all-time highs above. I think they're at like 70 or 67. Where's that all-time high? Yeah, about 70s. Looks good here, folks. Looks good here. New all-time highs ES, beautiful. So we just want a sustained breakout now on ES. We want Amazon to go red to green. We want Oracle to start pushing back to VWAP off its PDL. We want Nvidia to join that party. And we want pullbacks to start holding here. We do not want a failed break of these highs on NQ. Right, we want squeezes at this point. Beautiful. Beautiful. Come on, let's come take this out and start ripping. Let's go, baby. Patience, 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 patience. Patience pays. Right, I want a clean breakthrough, 24,000 and a big squeeze here. I'm long from that push back above value. Let's get through 24K. Stops in the money. It is 24K. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So looking to take out this level next. All right. If we can get through initial balance, I want to take out this level here, 14s. I'm now interested in dips if they hold as well. All right. So I'm interested in dips if they hold because I think we've got clear targets above. Hopefully I've explained everything to you nice and clear today so you understand why I've been focused on the longs. Here we go, folks. Okay. IB now taken. Want to see a squeeze now through 14s to trigger up to 44 and then all-time highs if we get lucky. All right. We're looking for that PPI. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. They're starting to lift the offer as well, which is lovely to see. Do I take a partial here? That's the question. I want to get through this. I don't think I want to take a partial here. I think we've got shorts trapped. Now. Nice from Oracle. Nice move off the lows. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Hold above 24K now. View up to IB, Tyson? Yeah, exactly. View up to IB. Very nice, my friend. Okay, see if we can hold above this opening range for a new squeeze. It's what we want. We want to hold 24K. It can afford to come deeper. I'd just like to see strength given my first initial entry. We look good. We look good. How long to this close? We've got a little while. Do not want a failed break here, right? We do not want a failed break above this. We want to come and take out these levels. These are my targets, right? TP1, TP2, TP3. God, that's a horrible 3. There we go, 3. And above this, all right, this is price discovery. There's no supply up here. So if we get above that, who knows? If we're going to say, hey, we're going to do a half basis point cut next week, let's just keep screaming. And then maybe it's a sell the news event on that cut. I don't know, folks, but you know, that would be nice for a runner up there. Let's see if we can rebase here above and around 24,000 for that push out. It can afford, look, we can afford to do a deeper pullback. Again, I could talk about, especially how NQ is operating. It's being a little bit of a bugger. If it wants to offer a pullback down here and then go again, it can afford to do it because that is a nice squeeze that we took. Remember, trigger squeeze was from here to here. Above these highs. There's your buy signal. I didn't join on the buy signal. I joined later on that value. What's a good pullback? Yeah, ES, a good pullback would be IB. Again, it's building high volume node here at 82. It can afford a pullback to the IB. It's thin back down to IB. Come on, open. Let's go. 940s now. Let's go. Let's get those 10s, baby. I'll consider re-adding if we firm up. I want to be careful because obviously we're in balance. We're actually above yesterday's balance, but we're in today's balance. So as long as we hold above value area high, I'm interested in dips, basically. It's the best way of me putting that right now. Hopefully you guys got some wins here. Do you understand why I'm looking long? Why I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to not to be too biased, but my main bias is long. The higher time frame is long. We have a liquidity above. ES is breaking all-time highs. We have reasons to go up. So I'm trying to trade with the whales. And the whales right now are clearly trying to push this market up for that half basis point cut. Here we go. Holding IB. Let's go, baby. Held that 24K beautifully. All right, so see if we can get TP1 here and then up into this. This is going to be massive. This is PPI. We take that out, I think we might do this move in one candle, all right? Because I reckon there's so many stops here. We take this out. It wouldn't surprise me to see that happen in one candle. W's in chat if you're in this with me. Getting very close to TP1 here. If you want to front run it, you can. We've got liquidity above though, 20, 25, 30. So I think we're going to go. Try to explain this for you all day long. Hopefully, even if you didn't take it, hopefully you're learning. That's my ambition with these streams, is so that you learn. I know some of you are like, hey, you don't tell me your exact entry point. I tell you, or I try and teach you how to fish. I tell you where I'm going to enter and why. Here we go. There we go. Liquidity taken. So we got rid of this guy here. First level stops just got run, which is a TP. Now we're looking for here, 44s or 45s. Where we're looking to squeeze up towards right now. If we can get up there, it'd be fantastic. Lots of you grabbing this with me. So I'm still in this, folks. I just took a TP there, looking to try and trade up to PDH now, which is the PPI high. So who got it? JD got it. Lee Kim with the W. Ken with the W. Chi 5.0 with a W. Garbo with a W. Danny with the W. BU with the W. Nice to see you back, BU. Haven't seen you for a little while. Muhan with the W. Rose the money trader. Dojon, Peter, Sloth. Still holding runners. Yep, me too. Still holding runners. Clint with it. ELJ. I think LJ. Sorry, mate. Dean Winchester. Still in yet? I'm still in as well. Troy Calic. Just make sure you're paying yourself a little bit along the way because we're explosive on ES. But I think Oracle has got a chance here. If Oracle starts breaking the 15s, currently trading at 14s, then we probably trade straight up to VWAP, which would be 1750. If we reclaim that, we've got big imbalances to go and fill. So make sure you're paying yourself along the way, right? Now we hit a TP there at 14s. We did hit a TP there at 14s. Who else got it? Troy got it. NRS got it. Priska got it. Mr. Slim got it. John Dennis got it. All the usual people. LJ just passed 100K with Tradeify. Congratulations, buddy. Aaron Doom got it. Really nice. Really, really nice. Now, if we can base above previous day value, we're starting to shape up for a bit of a W pattern here. All right, if we go to a 5 minute, Right, what do you see here? Right, if we can base above here, this is becoming very, very probable holding this range. So we look good. Do I monitor AVGO? I don't really, and I wonder if I should. I've thought about that recently. Should I make a Mag 7 plus 3, like the 10? So Oracle, AVGO, what would be the other one? Berkshire and Hathaway for a 10? I have thought about that, Sloth. That'll give no red candle on a 5 minute. Yeah, we're pricing in a half basis point cut. That's what we're doing. We're pricing it in already. Remember, the market is forward looking. We're pricing in that move. I would not be surprised if we price it in, we're at all-time highs, we give a half basis points cut, and very shortly after on that new contract, we take a complete nosedive. It would not surprise me in the slightest, because while we say quantitative easing is good, when we look at the macroeconomics of why we're going to do quantitative easing, it's terrible. All right, it's terrible. Unemployment's ticking up, less people employed ticking up, cost of living, even though these prints came in line, they're not great prints, right? Even though the prints came in line, they're not great prints. Same as yesterday. PPI, everyone was like, oh, it's cooler than expected. It is cooler than expected, but it's a tick up since last month. So it's still getting more expensive out there. And actually, some of the data is looking terrible. So if you look at repossessions of cars on finance, highest it's been. All right, so it's warning signs. It's a bit like '08 warning signs. If we get to less people employed, more job cuts, less money coming in, and then you can't make your mortgage repayment, we know what that looks like, don't we, in the market? Hopefully, there's no one on 0% mortgages or 5% mortgages, but still doesn't look good. There's a lot of red signs right now. Same with the yields. There's a lot of red signs in the market. So I just wonder, do we price in a half basis point cut and then puke? Who knows? It doesn't matter what I think, really, does it? Because we're going to trade whatever action is in front of us. I would love a significant pullback in this market. A massive, massive pullback in the market. Why? Because I'm a cheapskate and I want to buy stocks and ETFs cheap. I do not want to buy up here. Nice, Foster Scott. Good to see you, buddy. Sorry, if you messaged this morning, I might have missed it. Sorry, dude. Hope you're good. Still looking good here, folks. So we're still above the initial balance. Look at these squeeze. Like, who's hurt here? Right? Who's hurt here? Think about who's hurt here. It's shorts today, right? Shorts came in this morning. Did we break this low? No. They tried again for the double top. Did they break this low? No. They tried again here. Did we break down? No. They get squeezed out. Okay, what happens now? They keep guessing. What happens? They add and they add, they add, and hopefully they do that and we blow them up. That's how we move higher. Only thing I would say, the only thing to be aware of is that we are trading long in the weaker asset, right? So we have relative weakness in the NQ. Look at the difference in these. Okay, so the equivalent long trigger, this pullback here, this is where we got long and NQ effectively in terms of positioning, not in terms of time. Look at the difference. Woo! Big old push. All right, this can still base here. And if it gets stuck here, this can collapse because it would have left thin liquidity under here on ES. So we need to be careful with that, which is why I'm saying you've got to take some partials today on NQ because we're trading a weaker asset. Yeah, exactly. Shorts in pain. Quite right, Peter. And we've got 100 lot up above us at 25. I'm still holding, hoping that we can go and take out previous day high. That's what I'd like to see. We might need more of a bear trap and a wiggle around. It's very possible. All right, might get that bear trap here, folks. Might get that bear trap here. Seeing that pullback in ES here again. Low volume underneath, see if they protect it. Okay, sorry folks, just had to reply. One of my friends who I got into Open, he's like, what do I do? What do I do? Let's sell some. Okay, let's just check the volume here if there was excess on that push. A little bit of excess here, so I want to be careful up here. All the time we're above this, not too bad. This is possible. Even this little dunk is possible. I still want to trade up to here. I'm still holding firm here. Not added any more sides in yet. Just waiting. I want to be careful. ES gets thin into 81. All right, if we let go of 81, probably trades right down to IB. So it needs to hold this shelf at 82. Otherwise, it gets pretty thin. Still look good here. We still look good here, folks. Hopefully that bear trap was enough. Good if it was. Wouldn't be surprised if it needs another leg first, but let's see. So I can see lifting the offer here. Maybe we can trade up to this guy at 25 and then this guy at 45 is where we really want to go. A bit thicker down at 75s at the moment. Oh, I'd rather it didn't come down that low. That's not very good. If we come down there. We have had 3 dries, 1, 2, 3, so we want to be aware of that. Can make a case for a big channel here probably. I want to be aware of this as well here, team. It's not exactly gorgeous looking. That's what I'm saying. You've got to lock in some of the money today. All right, ES doing that move just came down to that thin volume into 81. So 81.25 underneath that. If it starts letting go of that, probably trades to 79 pretty much instantly. Here we go. So into that thin vol. Right, NQ will need to protect value. If it cannot protect value, it will be in trouble, I would say. This is looking like, based on volume, there is excess left up here. That's your stop hunt. It's where buyers probably attempted at the highs. This is your deep pullback. They will need to hold this level now, bulls, for this rotation. 1, 2, and up. If they fail to do that, they're going to get caught. All right, if they fail to do that, they're going to get caught, especially if ES lets go of its structure here into initial balance. Like we said, it just traded straight through that thin volume right down to IB, which is what we expected on the ES. And here's previous day value. We will need to bid off this on NQ. We will need to bid off this on NQ. Failing to bid off this will mean I'm not interested in anything. I do not want to see this come down to VWAP, which it might well do, but I'm not interested at that point. This looks like excess here. It's big volume push. letting go. It's out of partial now, out of the other piece. Glad we got the full teens. You can see someone trying to absorb the tape here. ES back down into the initial balance. I would be concerned here. If we start rolling over, we're going to come back to that chop zone, that old imbalance back in here where I didn't want to trade this. If we come back into there, it'll be a problem. Biggest problem right now, I guess, is that ES is pretty extended or very extended and is due the pullback, and NQ has relative weakness. So the pullback could be worse on NQ. Let's see. If we set the trap, then we can always trade again. So one trade at a time here, folks. So holding that New York open for now. I would say you would definitely not want to see New York open and that trend that we just put on get broken. That will be a major issue. If we reclaim that initial balance, we'll be very, very strong. ES holding its IB. So ES, such a beautiful trader if you're trading ES today. That is about as nice as you get. All right. 1, 2 into IB and structure. If they reclaim this, they go for new highs. Under this, you can look for a rotation under here, and then a bear trap can either live under here or they fully let it go. But it's a much nicer trader. Look at the flow zones on that. Just absolutely gorgeous. Right, IB click key here. IB key here. This will be a problem. If it fails under here, it's a big problem for NQ. All right, I'd say this is back into no man's land. This is a problem for bulls here. If they can't save this here, this is a major problem for bulls. All right, and this is what they have to save now. They will need a failed breakdown. All right, bulls will need shorts to get trapped here and this move. If shorts successfully get under here and start defending value, then a bigger rotation. So shorts need to get trapped here for bulls to take back control here. All right, if shorts succeed in a breakdown here underneath, there is potential for a bigger rotation. All right, because what we've left is PDC, IBL, Newsweek low, previous day low. Should we go back down there? No. Is it possible? Anything's possible in this market, like we saw yesterday. My bias remains upside. But I just want to make you aware that if we start breaking down, you cannot be the person that's just buying and buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. If we can start to pivot, remember, I'm looking to buy strength. All right, I want to see shorts get trapped before I buy again. Otherwise, I'm not interested. I still think we have a run up here, but we just have to be aware. We're trading. If you're trading NQ with me, not ES, you're trading the weaker asset. If you're trading ES, great. YM was really nice, was it? I haven't looked at it. I can see it's up good. I mean, what are you doing? Like buying the open or buying the opening range, and then you're just like, boom. That's beautiful. If it holds this continuation. NQ is trying to do that trap at the moment. NQ needs a push back above. It needs this short pain to be taken out. All right. So remember, short stops right now are probably here. They probably traded this pullback looking for the breakdown. If we trade through that and through that, this is their stop, and then we keep going. Same thing as we look at on higher time frame, right? So here's their first pain point. It's coming up. Still holding trend, still holding that uptrend. I just want to see it reclaim and show some strength, really. It's got to show me some strength. Yes, into a high volume node. Need to just see it squeeze straight through. Come on then, NQ. Let's do a big move here. Still into that 24,000. It's clearly a big level for NQ. I still want to trade up into those 45s or whatever it is. That's what I'd love to do today, if it will let me. Okay, here we go. Squeeze is on. Watching these 24,000 and the initial balance. And if we get through, you know what we're looking for. So in small size now as a starter, because we're starting to see that momentum drive back in. I want to see us clear straight through this now. Not risking much here. And I'm already up on the day, so I'm only risking a little bit of my profits. But let's see if we can trigger this. Beautiful. Let's get through this initial balance, take out 409s, and then the high of day, and then we're looking for 45s. Let's go. This is why we're patient. Deep pullback held, point of control on the day held. We held New York open. Now we trade strength, right? We're trading strength back up. So now we don't want to let these guys out, all right? We want this to hold or even this to hold. This is what we're trading through. I see ES push through. ES has got a low volume node into 83. It needs to clear that. If we clear that, we go squeeze. Oracle to VWAP. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. So watching 10s here, and then 25s, and then 35s, 45s. A little bit of a wiggle here. If you want to take some profit here, you can. If you've traded this upside to here, still think we've got more juice. But just saying, if you want to take some, you can. Because we're at the IB. Beautiful. Beautiful. ES to that low vol node. Want ES to trade through this low vol node now. And that will help us. If it can trade through it and make a new high, it will really help us on NQ. Looking to build out that right shoulder now. We're looking to build out that micro right shoulder now. Oh, I really wanted to hit a new all-time high today. I think we can do it. Oracle just stuck at VWAP at the moment, so just slightly aware of that. Have a look at the other ones. Video under VWAP. Tesla at its IB high. Microsoft at VWAP. A lot of them at VWAP right now. Meta at VWAP. Google recovering VWAP. That's a big sweep on Google and recovery in the last 5 minutes. That's really nice. Amazon above VWAP but under IB. Bit of no man's land. Apple, nice drive. Initial balance high. So we've saved Apple and PDC. Beautiful. So Apple has the chance now to reprice all the way back to 32. So it's got another 3 points, $3 in there, I should say. ES through that low vol. Can ES now hold, what's this? 8350s it's going to need to hold. I know sometimes I come out of frame. It's just when I'm having to look at my other monitors. Look good, so we're looking for this, remember? We just want to keep building and building and building and squeezing. Looks good. Looks really nice. If you're using my 5 minute, all right, if you're using this, which I given away for free, you will see that the 21 is above the 200. Deep pullback today, held the 200. Came back, held the 21. Came back, held the 21. This is all bullish. This is all bullish. All right, so we're trading bullish. No reason to be trading short, guessing tops today. Anyone teaching you to do that, I mean, I don't want to bad mouth, but it's bad habits. Very bad habits. All right, come on. Come on, NQ. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's turn these boosters on. We're in a new hourly candle. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's start expanding now. On expansion. Yes, holding that low vol. ES wants to do the same thing. Let me just check the liquidity on ES. Oh, yeah, 95, baby. 95 and 6.6. Okay. Oh, I'll use the bathroom here. Be right back. Let me just move my stop. Sure that's in. There we go. All right. Still looking good. Still building that right shoulder now. That last candle looks really nice. Into here, holding this level that we talked about, 98s. Don't want to let them out of here. We look good. ES has got to get going, though. ES has got to get going. So I don't want to see exhaustion up here. I want to see us drive through at this point. Come on. Let's go for those 45. Let's go. All right. We want to get a break of high day here of 20s for that drive straight up to 45. So if you want to take a partial into here, we do have excess up here. So if you want to take a partial here, it would make sense. Otherwise, you're waiting for this break of 20 to get up here. But we can see on this volume candle right here, we left excess at this high. So if they want to protect this level here, that they can. All right. You can see this is where a lot of buyers got stuck up here. All right. But we trade through that. We get all the way up into here now at this point. This is what I'm trading for. I'm looking for this level up here and then all-time highs up here. Fully out? You're fully out? I'm still holding. I'm still holding. I still think we've got more in this. The liquidity is all above. Paid myself nicely today, but I still think we can get going. ES is starting to lag behind a little bit here. So ES struggling, has not made a new high yet. So we need this right shoulder and ES to be built out and it to go and make a new high. MAG now all green other than Google. Have a look at the Goog. We look good here, folks. Google back above VWAP, very nice. We get through PDC, got another like 75 cents to go or so. So some sellers coming in here trying to defend that high of day, 20 and 25. We want to see a breakout of this now. It's as simple as that. Like we said, this makes sense to take some money off the table here at 14 again. We know that was a big level. It was a big level on the higher time frames. We've traded through it once. I'm just trying to see if we can trade through it again and get up to 45s and 70s. That's what I'm trying to see if we can do. Trying to hold a runner, trying to be patient to let this work. If it doesn't do it, doesn't do it. It's okay. Either way, we're going to have a good day today. Given the lack of range we've had, given that we've only traded in 94 points of range so far, I think we've done pretty well. Been very patient. Still waiting. Nothing's changed, folks. How are we doing on the likes? Not there yet. We need 100 likes to do a giveaway today, folks. We give away a Apex account when we get to 100 likes. Smash that like button for me. At least half of you watching have not hit it. All you got to do is hit the like button and we'll do a giveaway. All right, especially with the market slowing down a little bit. Happy to do it. Come on, market. One more drive. Here we go. Come on. You've built the right shoulder now. This is nice. Let's see the squeeze now. This is the right shoulder build like we talked about. I'm still in this long. All right, waiting for this to build, and I want this to break and us to get up to here. So I'm looking for this move and then this move up here. Nothing's changed. Same move all morning that we've been looking for. Really good. Here we go. In towards these highs of day. We should run enough stops now. So we've got 2 lots of stops here now, or all of these guys. This is why I didn't take a partial personally, because I felt like we could do it. I just want to run these guys out and get up into this. Lovely. Almost there. We were like, what, a point away there? Not even. You can see on the liquidity above me, we've got this seller at 20 and 25. Through that, 14.45, and then beyond that, I'm looking for 70. Let's see if anyone's up at 70 yet. No one yet, but they are above that. 150. We have some sellers all the way up there in case we put a giant squeeze on, I'm guessing. Have I taken a trade? Yes. Yes, we've been long and strong. Everyone in chat has made money with me today. Everyone in chat should be nicely green. Still think we take out this high day here. Don't really want this cut to come back to 92s where they're offering bids at and 24k. Rather we just squeeze straight through here at this point. Let's go and wreck these guys. Here we go. Go, go, go. I want to see this. Whoever's just stepped up on the bid here on the buys, I want to see them push through 20s, fill 25s, and then rebase. Come on. One more big squeeze, and then I'll be happy for the day. How long we got to lunch? 45 minutes. Struggling a little bit up here. Still think we're going to fill this guy. It's just, do they need one more trap before they do it? The way they're building liquidity now is getting a little dangerous. All right, this is getting a little dangerous. This here was nice. We need to complete this. We don't want to see failure here. We need to complete this for a rebase. This is what we're playing for. We held this level. We want to take this out and get up to here. This is unfinished business up here. That's PPI newsprint from yesterday, which ES took and NQ did not. So we have unfinished business up here. We are trading the weaker asset though, so it's definitely a tougher trader than ES right now. 19 more likes, folks, and we do a giveaway. Almost there. Those of you who've not smashed that like button on stream yet, just hit the like button. We do a giveaway. Any size Apex account that you want. Give you a code. Come on, NQ. Let's go break these 20s, please. You've only got to get through a 42 lot up there. Why don't I trade ES? Because the volatility is less on it. That's the only reason. Days like today is great. You've had expansion on ES. It's a trend day. Had good room. But as a day trader, ES is really nice for swinging. But as a day trader, I like volatility. NQ offers me bigger ATR per M1. So that's why I like to trade NQ. Because the majority of the time, we get more volatility out of NQ and we will get bigger moves in less time. So as a day trader, we can lock in that profit factor a little bit quicker. And some people. Here we go. Here's the push through 20s that we talked about. And ES breaking. So we're looking for these 45s now, 44, 45s. So absolutely everything we've talked about all morning. You can stick your 10 points up your arse, mate. We've traded a lot more than that. No offense, but that's just not how I trade. Here we go. So filling this seller at 25s. If we can rebase here, we're looking for these 44, 45s. This is absolutely beautiful. So you're welcome to lock some in here. I'm looking for this squeeze all the way up. Here we go. Beautiful. 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 Here we go, market. Let's keep going here. Little stutter at 30s. See if they reload on the bid. There's an offer at 20. Seller's not getting anywhere right now. Come on, let's go and fill 40s. Let's go. All right, seller's getting nervous here. It's a nice little bid up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. This is beautiful. It's a really nice PA. So we've broken through that little wedge. See if we can base up here. Nothing wrong with taking some profit here, moving your stop well into the money. All right, this is a really nice trade. And if you can hold on through PDH, you should. If we run PDH, we should get to all-time highs, folks. We should play catch-up. This is fantastic. Almost there, folks. We're almost there. Patience pays. Here we go. Here we go. We might stutter just before this. You might see some front selling before it. Here we go. Here we go. I'm actually moving my profit above it now to see if we can squeeze through all-time highs and moving my stop up. Come on. Name another trader on YouTube teaching you this stuff and trading it with you. Come on. All right. Runners now for all-time highs, folks. You are runners now for all-time highs. We just took out PPI. I don't know what else to say. Anyone who criticizes me, I literally teach you absolutely everything for free here every day. Absolutely everything. Even this down here. Even the most basic part down here where I was like, shorts will get stuck. If they cannot break below here, we'll get a micro W. We're looking for this to hold. There's the long squeeze trigger. Long. There's your ad. There's TP. Here's your runners. Anything above that is an absolute bonus because this is in price discovery above this level. And anyone trying to short this today, I don't know what you're looking at, mate. I don't know what you're looking at. Let's go, baby. I love you guys in chat. I love you guys. After that news yesterday, I was feeling very uncomfortable with the world, but you guys are the best. Love working with you guys. Let's see who's in here doing well. Though John, 2,100 on the day. Thank you, Alex. See you tomorrow. Nice work. Peter. Boom, he says. Clint with a W. Troy with a W. DJ No with a W. Yeah, still in this. Still thinking we can go higher here, guys. Bunch of charlatans out there. Yeah, quite right, Lee Kim. Idris, just smash that like button. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, please smash that like button. 4 more to go. We'll do a giveaway. You're welcome to take TPs here. I've locked some in here because we are extended on that last squeeze up. We talked about this. This is how the market operates. We build stops in, all right? We build stops in here. We come up, we take a TP. We come back down. We build back in long. We now have 2 sets of stops. We use their stops to what? When shorts, who are short against here, when short side cover, they do what? They market buy. This is the squeeze. This is the next level, all right? So if we pull back and hold, this is the next squeeze level, which would get us to all-time highs. It's the same thing. We are using short pain to move higher right now. That's what we're doing. That's how I trade. I can't remember. Someone in Discord asked me yesterday about how I trade in the setups. And I say, we wait for one side to get stuck. This is it today. Shorts are stuck in the market. Love working with you guys. DJs and musicians are not allowed to participate in the giveaway. Yeah, quite right. Let's see who else is here. Dojon, you are a real one, Alex. Thumbs up all the way. Thank you, mate. Well done, Alex. I've been away for a while. Came back. Great trade. Nice, Candy Cane. Good work. Clint with a W. BU with a W. Who else is in there? Silent with a W. Priska with a W. NRS with a W. Dug you out of the hole with that one. No worries. FC Mike. Nice work. Raphael with a W. My wife is a high school teacher. She could not stop talking about the news yesterday. Oh, it's just shocking. It's shocking. Gives me chills. Horrible. West Coast Doggos, new here, learning. Seems like a good crowd. Yeah, the chat in here are the best. This is the best team out there, in my opinion. Everyone humble, ready to trade. Nice Rose, Money Mentor. Nice John. Nice Lost Pennies. Good work, mate. Yeah, I did. Yeah, we took even in the newsletter that went out on Sunday, the free newsletter. I talked about if we start reclaiming, we will go for all-time highs, but it take time to build it. Today's my birthday, Mr. Slim. Happy birthday, bud. Swoosh with the W. Been at work all morning, but I did get the W, just like the rest of you. Been a beautiful day. Nice work, Leron. Erin, nice work. Nice work. All right. So sweeping PDH, pulling back to some structure here. Flow zone still all bullish. We're above initial balance. We're in a trend up scenario. The next thing to aim for is this high. All right, so let's just go back over why we were looking for this morning. All right, why we were looking for this. Hourly chart. All right, very simply. Trend. Holding. All right, dip, dip, dip. Higher low, higher low, higher low. All right, we're not trend short until we break down underneath these levels here. Remember, we kept talking about it. This swing low made this swing high. Until we're under this, this is your pro trend short. This was in the newsletter. 725, we break 725, we go 500s, which is this. We break 500s, we go 22.8s. Okay, we haven't seen that though. All right, we haven't seen a breakdown underneath the swing low. So this recovery, this pullback, this was walked down yesterday for good reason into what? An RBS level to bid up off. This is your signature. This being so clean, all right, is telling you that this is heavily manipulated to move back up. All right, even yesterday in Discord, we talked about it. I would have to try and find it, but we talked about, see if we can find it. We talked about everything just being a pullback. Here we go. Still no full breakdown from sellers. We walked down today, but again held some key levels. Until we see high time frame, lower high, lower low, I'm reluctant to think of this as any more than a pullback. All right. We've left all-time highs today and news highs up there, which we may come back for. Sorry, maybe I need to move this down into here. Right. This here was given last night after the close. All right, not fully bearish until we let go 725. So I'm thinking about today as nothing more than a pullback. This is all planned out pre-market or even the night before because we follow structure. That's all you've got to do, guys. All you've got to do is follow structure. So shorts have had yet another go of coming in here. They will not stop guessing tops. This is the short thing to do. Now we've built more stops in here. If we run this, we will get up here. It's the same thing over and over and over. Can we afford a second leg? Yeah, we can afford a second leg down here, trap even more in if it wants before coming up here. They might even leave this for tomorrow. I don't know. We've created a lot of pain. We've run stop level 1, stop level 2. This is our final target for the day. All right. Aaron Doom with the W. Mr. Slim, thank you. Harinder, another great session on Malabi. No doubt the best stream I've seen. No rushing. Let the price come to you. That, honestly, if there's one thing, especially those of you new, take away from trading, it's not just trading with me. If you don't like me, that's fine. Find another mentor, find another streamer, find something else that works for you. The way I trade is not the only trade, but there is one thing which every good trader has in common. You have to be patient and let the setup come to you. If you are forcing your way into any market, you will get crushed. All right. That is exactly what the market wants. It wants you to force your way into the market and it wants to use your liquidity. That's what we do. We are either building liquidity or we're using liquidity, and you are either smart enough to use it or you're going to become part of the people building it. All right. So part of the people building it. Was there an argument today to take like dips down here, for example? There was an argument to do that, wasn't there? We had structure. There was an argument to do that. But we all know how I like to trade. I don't want to play against this. I want to wait for one side to get trapped. And then we can play up. And then we can add. Same as here, I think it was. Somewhere here, we let this come back down. Once we got through this imbalance section, we let them get trapped. And then we play long. All right, we just need one side basically tilted is the best way of putting it. It will come though, Bowden. I mean, I'll be honest, today we've been accurate with our trading and we've been the right side of the trade, but you know, it's not like we've had big moves. What's the range on the day? 150 points. It's tiny. So don't even worry about it, mate. Don't even worry about it. There's way better moves to come once we get through FOMC and rollover. I promise you. Don't even worry about it. There's always next day. There is always the next day. What's the final target of the day? This up here. And why? Because it's the all-time high. All right, if we go to like a 4 hour. See this up here? Right, this is our all-time high. Right, so anyone who's swing short, let's say they got short here, swing short, their stop's up here, right? They were looking for a full breakdown. They probably added on here, looking for a lower low. It never came, all right? So once we run these guys out, we got a stop run. So this is your final target. Anything above here is a bonus because it's price discovery. What will we then have? What did we talk about today on the lower time frame? Lower time frame was fractal of what? Of this. All right. That's your swing low. That's a swing high. This is internal range. Above this, we expect a pullback to hold and to go higher. I will not be short higher time frame unless we let go of this. All right. And if you're struggling, all you got to do is get the flow zone course, because this guy right up here told you we're in a bullish trend higher. And these guys here told you to buy. All right. And if you're saying, hey, that's a sell, we'll go to any time frame above it. It will only show you buys this morning. Buys. Right. And if you go to the free indicator, guess what? We've been in a buy all morning long since this right here, 2:40 a.m. All right. Represented by the blue candles. And the blue line, make it very simple, 21 above the 200, dips to 200, held the 21, held the 21. We're going higher. And that's just on a 5 minute. If you want it more accurate or like more signals, you can go down to like a 2 minute. It will show you the same thing. All right. We don't trade the gray bars. These are inside to trap people. And bullish momentum, bullish momentum, bullish momentum, 200, 21, bullish momentum. We trade up multi-time frame is all bullish. We do not fight the higher time frame. And here goes the market. We're going to get our wish here. These shorts will not learn. They will not learn. The best thing about you, Alex, is that you trade and you don't chase. Yeah, well, probably years and years of doing it and learning the hard way. Just as the saying goes, if you don't know where the liquidity is, you most likely the liquidity. Well, that's exactly it. That's exactly it, right? Like even if you're long up here, right? If you're long here, you might well become the liquidity, even if you think it's going to come here, because where's value? Well, even value area high right now is here. Low volume is here, which we're currently protecting. But what happens if they dunk down there? You get trapped, and then maybe they bid up, right? So we don't bid high either. Even though I think this will go up here, there's no way I'm adding to my position up here at this point. I'm not short against it. So, like, what do we always talk about? Two questions you ask yourself before every single trade. What's momentum? What's location? All right, momentum today, clearly strong, clearly in an uptrend, right? Couldn't be more clear in an uptrend if it tried. Uptrend. What's location? Location was good once we recovered. Once we got outside of value. All right. If you bought this morning, you did really well because that made sense. Right. But otherwise, in here was chop. So we have to wait for recoveries outside of value where we're holding strength. Now we're in range expansion to the upside with clear targets. I'm going to delete the top of this pennant. Can I show you an example of a good entry signal? Where good confirmation? Yeah, I mean, this here. I mean, depends how you're playing, momentum or, but like, let's think about this. That's your 2-leg complete. Shorts are trapped where? Under here. Right, so as long as we hold those stops, we're bullish. There's your recovery. This dip in reprices this. That's a dip buy if you want. Otherwise, you can wait for what? Flag. Entry above here or entry on IB low, depending what you're playing. Partials where? TP1, TP2, TP3. Those are good entries. Same thing this morning. Right. Shorts get trapped where? At the lows. What's this? Tapering. We start to go more and more sideways. What happens here? Shorts don't get a breakdown. Where's your trigger point? Long. Recover of what? Flow zones. VWAP. Even if you don't take this long, what can you wait for? Recovery of previous day value area high. TP. All right, playing momentum up. And if you wanted, it all depends what your model is. But for example, this for me was key for the day. Right. This was your 8:30 candle. Did we ever break below the low volume in here? No. Every time was recovered. And we said once we hold, I think it was 47s we were talking about. I think it was 47s. I think it was 47s. Here, this one here as well. Right, held this imbalance, recovered this imbalance. We're going upside. All right, we're trading upside. Shorts just got caught this morning. Simple analogy, when you're shorting the market, spend 85% of the time to the upside. Keep the principal when you're shorting, or if you're going done for the day, W's. Off to watch your video and volume profile, mate. Yeah, nice. Yes, leaving a bit of a pin high there. 6.6 will be the target on ES. 6.6, I'm sure, will be the target on ES if we can get there. Nice big fat whole number. Where's SPX trading at? 6.585. Will be a similar kind of target. Open 960. Come on. Sorry, folks. I've got to do this. I've got to see how we're trading this. I haven't looked for a minute. Ooh. All right, I've got to sell. What if we hit 75s? Oh, the little quarters. I've got to sell in front of 10. Let me just check the daily here and make sure I've got this lined up. $10.04. Oh, we just took that stop there, did we? Did we hit 76s? Or is that at 62s? No, 75. So we almost hit it. I think we run that. I will get my fill. And then above that, where's, if I get really lucky, why can't it do 50% of that? What's wrong with this thing? Low 05. So skewed as a SPAC up here. Looks weird. What's that shelf there? 1350. Buyers are trapped above that. That is a massive level. Let me add this in. Sorry, folks. I know it's not futures, but I'm in this long, so I actually do have to make money and trade while I teach you as well. And a new base will be here. 530s. Really nice hold of that so far. You can see this is like prep work I do each day. This is the same thing I do on the markets each day. Doesn't matter what the market is, we're looking for the same thing. Nice, 50% pullback will be 525s. And let's do the last swing point. Sixes. Yeah, we look good. Look good. Swing long remains looking good. We're definitely a bit parabolic here, but we look good. What's that level? 1070. 1058. Might get it today. We might get it. Here we go. I'm about to get filled. I'm about to get filled. Go on. Protein. Yeah. Yeah, I need it. Thanks. All right, let's see. I've got an order out at 95s right now. Tell my mate 10's incoming. What ticker is this? Open. Open. All right, so if you're new here, I'm swing long since 198. So I'm almost 400% up now. So I'm going to take a big chunk off into 10 because anyone who ever traded SPACs, 10 is your price on SPACs. Okay, so if anyone was locked in on this SPAC and wasn't able to get out on the dump, they are going to run it back up towards 10 and then they're going to reduce their size. So that's why. So sorry, I know we're not looking at futures right now, but I have to actually manage this position for a moment. We've had a double sweep of PDH and we're pulling back here. So you'd be watching initial balance high on your futures. You're watching this low volume shelf on ES as it coming into right now. You'd want to see it protect this level 86. If it can't protect it, then ES comes back to IB. If we let go of IB, we're probably done for the day. What's parabolic? Parabolic is this here, straight up. All right, when we go straight up, remember the market shouldn't move straight up. If we zoom out in this on like an hourly chart, all right, this is straight up pretty much in today's session. And yesterday, overnight, all right, straight up. All right, market, this is okay. This curl, that's great. But it's a very steep channel. This is like a daily channel. It's very, very steep. But it's holding every key level exactly how I'd want to see. Just want to see if I can get filled here into the top of this channel. You can see that channel off the daily showing some resistance here. 10 cents short. I don't want to be a dick over 10 cents. So let me just... Where are you? My brokerage. Give me a second here, folks. Right, 388% I'm up right now. It's inevitable that we're going to get that 10. I got my finger on the trigger here just in case. I have got a limit out there at 9.95, but I don't want to see them all front run 10 and shit themselves, basically. Silent, I nearly re-entered at 40s at the M1 bull flag breakout, but your comment being the liquidity saved me from a loss, Alex. Any conditions ever make you enter above value area high? If there's clear structure, I'll enter above. If we're really bullish and if there's shorts trapped, I'll enter above. But you know, you got to remember when we're in squeeze territory higher, a lot of the moves up are being done by shorts covering, rather than by like really big bullish momentum in. Thank you, darling. Right, so we have to play off the structure in front of us. I'll come back to that very, very shortly. Sorry, Silent. Just give me a minute to see if I can get a feel here. All right, yes, back to that low volume node we just talked about. I'm almost tempted to open my brokerage account so I can see the level 2. I'd love to see how many sellers are up there. Sorry, let's get rid of that for you. All right, so pinned in here, you can see 24,000 on NQ to the downside. 24,050 is where they're trying to go, which is basically our next target. And then sort of 67s, I think it is. Come on, open. Sorry, folks, I know you're here for futures, but we've made good money in futures this morning. I'm just managing this position at this point on open. What I do not want to see is a drive into 10 and complete and utter failure, because I know it's the SPAC level. I haven't seen a SPAC be traded like this since I think COVID, really. What were the big SPACs in COVID? Like SPAC was one, wasn't it? Virgin Space. Trying to think of all the others. 88s. Come on. Where's my limit out at? 90, 95? We're almost there. Give me 95s and then I'm completely down to runners. I've made so much money on this, though, it can go to 0 and I'd still be highly profitable. Come on. Come on. I'm front running 10 because I don't want to be an idiot. I would imagine if I got the level 2 up, there is some ginormous size sat at 10 right now who will probably get squeezed out, but I would rather eat some profits and enjoy it. Come on, 6 cents away. Everyone laughed at me when I said this is going to 8s or 10s a month ago. 3 cents away. Don't you dare prick tease me like that. If I miss my fill by 3 cents, I'm going to cry. And the reason I'm at 5s is because it's an odd number. Because everyone else will be looking for that 10s. Maybe I should move it to a 3s. Guarantee a fill. Struggling there a bit. Come on. I'm not missing something, am I? It's just building. God, I've got to go back so far. See in here. You, my friend, are my problem. 85 to 04. Okay, here we go. Nice hold. Nice hold. Gonna get my fill here in a second. Yes, letting go of that volume, coming back down to a high volume node. It might well come back to IB. Remember, we've done the damage today. We took previous day high. The only other thing we can go for is all-time high. Coming back down towards this 24K right now if you're trading NQ. Like I said, I was runners only at that point. It either went all-time high or it didn't, but we made our money. Come on. $0.03. 2 cents. 2 cents. Give me 2 cents. Fill my limit. And it better. I've been there for a while. It better fill me. 1 more cent. If it doesn't fill me and it fills everyone else first and dumps, I will cry if I'm way down the order for a limit fill. Don't you fucking dare. I can't remember the last time I traded a SPAC on it. Don't you dare, you bastard. You bastard. Everyone's got the same idea. 1 cent short. Are you kidding me? I still do penny stocks. Only on swings. Although the penny stock market has been heating up recently. There was like 1,000% gainer the other day. Does anyone remember Newegg? And I said there's really good short building up, and it happened. I was kind of annoyed I didn't take it. All right, let's go. Come on. Because I know everyone wants to see me trade futures, so I just need to get this fill. I'm 1 cent short of a big fill here. Currently 393% up on this trade. I just want one little push so I can sell a bit more, and then I'll hold everything for a break and hold above 10. Oh, they're really struggling up here. I'm almost tempted to just sell a bit. What's that there? 83s. Go, go. You're 1 cent short of me. Trade of the year. I won't have a better trade than this year. This year. No way I'm going to get something better than 400% this year. Share value? What do you mean? The size in it? Significant enough. I need my DOM up, man. Do I open up TradeStation? I can't get it on here, can I? No. I used to have pennies on there. I don't want to see a break below 83s here. Fingers on the trigger here, just in case. I need a short to get blown out. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I've got a market sell ready as well as my limit, just in case we do some nasty, nasty run. I want to see like one of these, the same thing here. This. I want to see this. Straight through tens would be amazing. There'd be such a huge amount of sales up here. Anyone who knows what they're doing. All of retail would be buying this, being like, oh, we're going to go to 50. It's GME. We're going to go to 100. It's like, mate, it's a SPAC level. This is where everyone, before this IPO'd, they would have been locked in. They wouldn't have been able to get out. This is their like get out of jail free card. ES holding, by the way, that high volume node starting to build back off. NQ looking good as well. Just held its 21 EMA pullback on the 5-minute. You will need to see a break back above 25 on NQ and a base above it to take out 45 to get all the way up to 70s. Do you know what? We can put NQ back here, and I will watch this on a secondary monitor to help you because it's taking too long. And we can refine this a bit now as well because we've chomped through a decent amount of supply. So we can refine this. All right, you will need to see buyers right now are trapped above here. Same story. You will need to see this is like a little wiggle. You'll need to see this. I wouldn't be really participating as a buyer at the moment. IB's holding. That was a buy. IB is a buy. But up here, buying that high to go higher, a little bit risky. A little bit risky. You got buyers trapped up above here right now. Let me get this on here so I can monitor. Sorry, folks. I cannot believe I've come 1 penny short of my TP. So I can show you here. This is how much I'm currently percent-wise up. Mental. All right, here's the attempt of the recovery to do the same thing. What's this same pattern? Same pattern you see all the time. 1, 2, recovery, go. 1, 2, if it can recover and go. I'm not going to be a buyer up here now. It's a little too frothy and high in the day, but it's possible. I live to regret that if we keep flying. Darn, I'm invested now, whether you get filled. Take care, Peter. I'll get filled either way, whether it limit fills me or I just mark it out. I'm not going to let this get this close to 10 and not take some profit. Seeing a pullback here now, so 80s now. Oh, you bugger. If it doesn't protect 70s, it's in big trouble up here. 77s now. Let's take a little bit off the table. I'm going to be greedy. 75, 76. I've seen some heavier selling coming in here. If it recovers this. Got my finger on the trigger in case. All right, I'm selling a little bit here. Sold some there in front of 10s. I couldn't just couldn't get my fill. Missed it by a cent. I'm still holding some decent size. Still holding the flow zones there on open door, but I had to lock some in. It would be irresponsible of me to not sell some. I was hoping to get filled at 95s. We hit a high of 94. Of course we did. Of course we did. I'm going to put a new order out there now as well. Let's put a new limit. Let's go above 10s at this point. the extension on this be? Measured move 1006. So you can see that SPAC level, anyone that's watching open, that SPAC level was massive. I knew there'd be a massive amount of selling into that level, other than it being a whole number. I knew we'd get some selling into there. All right, NQ, back to NQ now. Sorry, folks. Still looking good. All right, initial balance still holding. Technically, we are a trend day higher all the time. Initial balance is holding. This can be liquidity we use later to get where? This guy, right? This is where we want to go. We want to take this guy out. We want to take this guy out. Oh my God, I'm glad I sold some open. Shame I missed a little bit of profit there, but it's okay. Should be happy. Ooh. Does everyone understand what we've traded today, why we've traded it, how we've made money, what we're trying to do? Does it all make sense to you all? Hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. We just got to 101. Okay, let me use the bathroom. We'll do a giveaway. We're into lunch now. So I'm going to use the bathroom and then we're going to do an Apex giveaway, folks. See you in a moment. Oh, lovely. Look at that. Anyone who is still holding is still squeezing them shorts into lunch. Lovely. Why has Ninja Trader stopped? What's gone on here? Data feed's just gone on Ninja Trader. Don't know if anyone else is having that. Got a hole in my chart. There we go, it's back. All right, let's do this giveaway. The daily tail. What's the best lot size to use on a 50k account, mate? Any suggestions? Yeah, I would say 2 to 3 micros. All you need. You do not need any more than that. All right, especially while you're learning. 2 to 3 micros, you get 30 plus points. Rinse and repeat over and over and over again. That is all you need. All right. So if you got long here at 09s and you sold into this, 30 points. It's good money. Even 3 micros, 20, 40, 60, 120, 180. All right, that's really good money. 180 bucks. That's you done for the day. Move on to the next trade. All right. Do not need to be slinging minis on 50Ks. All right, still bidding up here. Oh my gosh. Still bidding up here. Shorts are still absolutely in trouble. And yes, doing the same thing. You look great. All right, let's do this giveaway. All right, do me a favor. Make sure you're following me on social media at Flowzone Trader on Twitter and Instagram. How do I do this? Nightbot, isn't it? First time here, really enjoying the stream. Nice, Davin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, the giveaway. All you've got to do is to post in chat FCT, because FCT is the code which will get you the best price on Apex. All right, so just lowercase FCT, post it in chat now. We will pick a winner at random in the next few minutes. You only need to post it once, folks. All right, give you a couple minutes to get involved, and then we'll do a giveaway. Yeah, no need to spam. Like, honestly, you're just going to get banned, man. In fact, I'm not going to have that. You're not winning. You can't do that, man. What is wrong with you? Stop it. If you don't stop spamming, I'm going to boot you. All right. All right. You're on timeout. See you later. Warned you. All right. Let's do this giveaway for everyone else. Yeah, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. Sorry, folks. All right. Sorry. Right. Let's roll this winner. The winner is Mark Thillison. Is that how you say it? Thillison? Mark Thillison? I think that's how you say it right there. Mark Dillison. Hope I've said that the right way. Sorry if I've absolutely butchered it. There you go, Mark. Amazing. Congratulations. If you can just shoot me an email, info@flowzonetrader.com. Let me know it's you. Send me a screenshot of the back end of your YouTube so I know that it's you. And I will sort you out a code, my friend. I'll sort you out a code. Rigged. Why is it rigged? I don't know the guy. What are you talking about, Michael? He's not a member. I don't know him. It's the opposite to rigged. Muhan, you're welcome. What a great day, folks. That's oh, like when you log into YouTube, so I can see that it's you. When you log into YouTube, just so I know it's you. Any questions before I go, folks? If you've got any questions, now's your time. We're into lunch. It's slowed down. You know what this market's trying to do. You know where it's trying to go. We've had the buying opportunity and we've taken it. Other than that, I wouldn't be touching it. But if you've got any questions, now is the time to ask. All right, now is your time to ask. Don't forget, Apex still with a 80% off sale. All right, 80% off sale on Apex right now. Use code FCT, what you just put in chat. That would get you 80% off. I think it's still 40% off on Take Profit Trader. You can use code FlowZone there. Everything else is FCT other than Take Profit Trader. FlowZone on Take Profit. Yeah, give Mark a break, guys. All right, we do giveaways every week. All right, we do giveaways every week. Give him a break. He deserves to win. He's here. Bowden, afternoon ideas for the afternoon. Well, the draw where we're trying to go is still up here. All right, if we base out, the more we base out, the more I like it higher. So at the moment, right, this very much feels like accumulation to come to here, and then really beyond this point, we are full in price discovery. So I don't know where it wants to go. I can give you some projections for that in a moment. Where would I be short? I wouldn't really want to be short this market, to be honest. All right, this market has shown what? It does not want to break down. All right, what is this? All right, this was controlled selling, giant cup and handle. This is bullish momentum, right? Yesterday we were short here on stream and we were short here or here, I can't remember which, in Discord for the rollover and breakdown. This is controlled selling, giving the dip buyers opportunity to buy that late day. We complete this cup. If we build the handle, we're going to go higher. So I wouldn't really be looking for shorts in this market. You'll be a counter trend short. Counter trend short if you're short in this market. So I'll be looking for extensions. We can think about where we might want to go. Let me just get rid of this so I can just see. Ultimate target will be an extension of this cup. All right, I'm not saying this is today, but this is where the market will want to go. These are your levels. All right. If we break out of this W range or cup and handle, whatever you want to call it, here and here is where the market is trying to go. Simple as that. This is completion of move. Right? Even if we think about I don't have the trend extension yet, but let's say we pull back to the top of this W, still makes sense. All right, so I'd be staying long this market, but I wouldn't be buying anywhere right now for the rest of the day, really. I don't think, unfortunately, unless we build out more liquidity above. I think let accumulation take place in here, and this will happen. I mean, maybe there's a chance for the bear trap. I feel like that's already happened. You're into lunch now. We'll have to see how it sets. If it wants to pull back to value, it can. If it wants to come deeper, you know, having done the damage today, drift down here, go sideways, leave this for tomorrow, can absolutely do that as well. So I'd say that easy money, or the easiest money, has gone for the day, I would say, Adam, unfortunately. But, you know, next trade, we'll get one tomorrow. No, you weren't here this morning. We'll get one tomorrow. Do you expect a sell tomorrow? No. Well, look, it's too early to say, but I'd say no. No, based on where we are at the moment. If we come to a daily. All right, those who have done the course, what are we doing? What did that hold? Where are we expanding to? What's target? All right, we'd like to see these bowls start to open up. I don't expect to sell tomorrow because the sellers have had their opportunity. Like even yesterday, we sold, we held. The story in this market is that, and I've said it numerous times, sellers cannot take control when they have the opportunity. Right down here, they had the opportunity to set a lower high and a lower low on the daily, which would have allowed us to wash. They couldn't do it. All right. Here they had the opportunity. 2 big day sell. All they had to do was break down underneath this, you know, a bit of follow through. Could they do it? No. Had they been able to break down beneath this? No, we've recovered it. You know, it's very hard to want to sell this market. What could happen? The one thing I'm aware of that could happen, right? Let's say we go price in a big old squeeze up. Okay, big old squeeze up. Maybe it doesn't go that high. I don't know what it does, but let's do a big old squeeze up for the 0.50 basis point cut for the cut. All right. And then we roll over to the new contract. So we'll be trading, is it Jan contract? Is that right? Right. So we'll roll from September to the Jan contract. Then if we've left all this, would I then not be surprised to see this? No. Would I even be surprised to see something deeper? I wouldn't really. All right. I wouldn't. If we do a big price and we do something like this into Q4, it wouldn't surprise me to see that. It would actually be healthy. And then what would that be? Well, this would still be this higher time frame, right? So this would be a buying opportunity. So, but yeah, for tomorrow, I don't really expect to sell at the moment unless we have a huge expansion above all-time highs on NQ today. I don't really expect to see a sell on it. Do I have a video about how you trade using the VIX for trend confirmation? In the course, I think I do. Mark, info at flowzonetrader.com. I can type it in chat. All right. This thing won't bugger off today. All right, team. That's it, right? Easy money gone. We locked it in. We're in drift higher mode now in the market. Don't get caught buying too high. We've done everything we need to do. I don't think we could have traded that better if we tried, honestly. So you're either holding runners or your cash. I'm cash. I'm done. How was my day? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. And yeah, back tomorrow, folks. Back tomorrow. Trade safe this afternoon. What news do we have tomorrow? I want to remind myself. Consumer sentiment, 10 o'clock. That has moved the market recently. I'd imagine that consumer sentiment will not be great, will not be a great print, but it seems like this market doesn't matter. Doesn't share its P&L. Yeah, I very rarely share my P&L. Well, on my TPTs, this is what I'm up on my TPTs. Okay, so there you go. That's it. Job done. Everyone always obsessed with P&L, never obsessed with learning to trade or learning to fish for themselves. It's hilarious. Let me worry about my P&L. I'm the one that takes regular payouts. All right, team. Peace and love. Trade safe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.